full day of eating. It's literally just me and the big man here this morning. But yeah, I'm gonna run you through exactly what I'm gonna be eating. Today is actually a training day, so carbs are gonna be a lot higher. So first meal that we're gonna be kicking off in a minute is gonna be eggs on sourdough. I don't actually eat for the first couple of hours of the day. So what I do is I get up about 5, I'll take the dog out for a walk. I'll then come back, have my butter coffee, which keeps me nice and satiated for the first 2 or 3 hours, where I do a little bit of work, get my replies sorted, and talk to my lovely clients. And then it's now about 7:30, and I'm gonna start cooking up, chefing up meal number 1. Right, I'm gonna preface this, right? I am not a great chef. I'm not a great cook, all right? Don't be expecting mad shit here. Very, very simple shit. And I'm actually gonna run you through exactly how I cook my eggs and do my sourdough. I'm gonna run you through everything and give you a kind of behind the scenes of it all, because it's definitely not normal. It's definitely not normal, but I'll see it when we're actually cooking the first meal. So we're cooking up meal numero uno. I can't lie, I don't know if I'm very, very weird for this, but see, when I'm cooking, I just prefer to have everything just sat out, ready to go, so I can kind of just go instead of having to go around getting stuff. But the main important bit is going to be the pan for the cooking the eggs. I can't lie, when I bought this, I didn't actually look at the size it was going to come. That looks very small. So what I have to do is I have to cook every single one of the eggs and crack them and do them one at a time. I'm very weird in that way, where you probably could fit 2 eggs in there. Let's be real. You probably could fit 2 eggs in there, but the way I kind of eat my breakfast and the way I have my sourdough and eggs, that's not even fucking, never mind. I'll put, because I have 4 eggs on 4 pieces of sourdough, I like to kind of pick it up and eat, and then the yolk in the middle. Oh mate, see that yolk in the middle and it just drips on the plate? Oh, different. So I don't like it when it's all touching, and see when I have to go and cut it up with one of the spatula, it's game over, because I fuck it up every single time. So I just find it easier to put the egg, crack one egg at a time, salt it, put the thing on it, and then I'll put that on top of it. That's the secret sauce. That is secret. I don't know who told me that. One of my clients said, oh, see if you put a lid on top of it, it just cooks so much better, cooks the top better, gets the bottom better, so you haven't got a burnt at the bottom. Oh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. This is my favourite meal, I think, of all time. I actually look forward to this. That's probably sad saying that, isn't it? That I actually look forward to eating this meal every, 3 days a week when I'm in the gym. But yes, I'm going to give you the finished product. I've now put pressure on myself for this being a decent eggs. I pray I don't crack any of the yolks. If I do, I'm not going to be very happy. I think I've done it once where all 4 of them were all cracked. But I'm not actually going to eat the food on camera. 1, because I am scared of people watching me eat. And 2, I like watching things. I'm an iPad kid. I love watching something while eating, and I record on my phone, so I'm not recording that. Oh, we have cooked. We have cooked. We have gone 4 for 4. That's what we love to see. That is what we love to see. That's unbelievable. So this is my pre-workout meal. I'll eat this about 2 hours before I go to the gym. Calories are sitting around 600 for this meal. I'd probably say around 45 grams of protein. So that's exactly what we need. Obviously plenty of carbs coming from the toast. And the sourdough, unbelievable, unbelievable. I'm gonna get this scrammed, and then we're gonna do a little bit more work, and then it is time for the pre-workout meal. Not even pre-workout meal. And then it's time for the pre-workout snack. I'm gonna show you exactly what I have before I go to the gym to make sure we get that juicy pump. So we are getting ready to then go to the gym, just had a shower, just got ourselves ready, and now it's time for the pre-workout kind of snack that I have before the gym. So the most important thing before you train, carbs. You want to get carbs in your system, and I've been playing around with certain things that I need to be doing to really help me really do well in my sessions and make sure I'm progressing, getting stronger. The first thing I'll have around 75 grams worth of medjool dates. Now, if you are trying to cut down, not the best idea to be having them. They are quite high in calorie, but they're high in carb. I'm not currently cutting, so it's not a massive issue for me, but I'll have about 75 grams of that, which is around 210 calories. I'll have a banana as well with that, and then I'll put raw honey in the middle of that. If you haven't tried raw honey my hair is an absolute joke here. If you have not had raw honey in the medjool dates, I would highly, highly recommend it. Very, very good. Raw honey, not just like the squeezable stuff, actual raw honey. You actually get it from Tesco. I got it from Tesco, Bow Valley raw honey. And I'll also have some black coffee. I would usually put some dark chocolate in it, but there's no dark chocolate in. So it's just going completely black with the coffee. Carbs, caffeine. That is exactly what you need for a pre-workout snack. I'll chat to you before we get to the gym, and we get yourself in the gym for a big full body session. I can't lie, I'm having one of them days where I'm not feeling, you know, in days where things just aren't clicking. And today's one of them days, so that's still no excuse. We're still gonna get ourselves hyped up and get ourselves into the gym, and I'll see you when we get in there. And that is the gym busted out. I can't lie, it was one of them sessions. It was kind of getting back into the routine. It's the first time I've been to this gym for over a week now, and because I was training with a client on Monday, yeah, I love training with my clients, it's great, but it means having to kind of go out of my own routine and kind of I just follow their program and do what their program's doing, and it just means that I felt a bit out of routine, I felt a bit out of it, so I just need to go in there and just hammer a session, and that is exactly what I did. Now we're in the car, we're gonna head to Tesco, pick up some bits. I feel like I live in Tesco, I can't lie. But one thing that I do, I'm gonna talk through this over the next few weeks and go into more detail with it, but one thing that I like to do when I'm in the car is I like to listen to either a self-improvement podcast or something that's gonna like educate me and I can kind of think about, because when you're in the car driving, there's not a lot you can really think about. I like putting on, especially at the minute, I am listening to a lot of Modern Wisdom, Chris Williamson, mainly because he gets a load of guests on that I am trying to really not just become the best version of myself, like in terms of being a mentality model. I used to listen to a lot of like David Goggins podcasts and stuff with him, and like kind of push, hard work. I'm trying to become a little bit more wiser in the sense of, you know, other things that if you do push the button too much with the work, you do get into the stage where you feel like you're just like, that's the only setting that you have. I'm trying to kind of broaden my horizons. I'm currently listening to Adam Lane, and they're talking about obviously masculinity, and it's something that I like change my opinion on, and I like knowing a little bit more about, because it's very, very easy to have your own opinion. It's very, very easy to kind of be stuck in your own beliefs, stuck in your own opinion, and not actually, you know, learn about other things. And even though I might not agree with everything that this person says, it's good to kind of take it in and kind of go, oh yeah, because you're not supposed to agree with everything everyone says. Like, I don't agree with everything that Chris Williamson says. I don't agree with everything that everyone else says. I like to form my own opinion, but I like listening to this stuff just to kind of get a different perspective on things, and that's what I like to do. I've started switching up the podcasts that I've been listening to, and just trying to be better as a person, not just in my business, because I've been very business kind of heavy and business focused, and I only listen to stuff to improve my business. Yes, it's important to me, but it's not the only aspect to me that is important, and that's why I'm listening to stuff like this, to get a different perspective on life. And yeah, it's very deep, but I am going to get a little bit more deep with my kind of thinking and thought process behind a couple of things, because it's very, very easy, especially as a guy, to bottle things up, to not really talk about certain things. And I am starting to kind of know when I don't need to speak and when I do need to speak up, and there's a time and a place for it. But yeah, that's what I'm really learning at the minute, and it's a curve. It is a curve, and it's not going to be perfect. It never is, but I am just trying to learn and become better each and every day, and I highly recommend you do that. But we're going to head to Tesco, get some bits, and I'll show you what we'll get, and then we'll get back for the post-workout meal, which is going to be probably the biggest meal of the day. A lot of carbs, a lot of protein. Cannot wait for it. I am starting to get a little bit hungry now. And we have the post-workout meal. In my opinion, the most important meal. It's where you get all the gains in after getting that big pump, big gains in. So we've got a lot of carbs, a lot of protein. I've already had 2 kiwis gone down. So there's 100 calories, a load of carbs, quick carbs, getting into the system quickly. I had that while it was cooking. And then we now have sweet potato, beef mince, broccoli, and I've already eaten some kimchi as well. I couldn't fit any more kimchi on there, so I ended up just scooping it straight out the thing, so that wasn't a pretty sight. So that's around 800, 900 calories, up there with 70, 80 grams of protein, and I'm getting in there well over 100 grams of carbs into the system to recover for the next session, which is going out on Friday. But I'm gonna get this grand, sit down and watch something on YouTube, and I'll see you when we're actually going to do something. So I'm out for my post-meal walk, and you'll realise, Jack, where's the last meal? Right, we took a big L. As I was out walking, I realised, fuck, I'm supposed to be filming a video here, and I'm supposed to have that last meal, so I do apologise about that. I will run you through it last meal. So, last meal, we had 300 grams of chicken, we had 3 fried eggs, then we had an avocado as well, some lettuce, onions, and some beetroot sauerkraut for the gut health, which takes the totals up to around 213 grams of protein, around 300 grams of carbs, and about 75 grams of fats. It's in and around 2,700 calories for the day. I do apologize, I did want to show that because I actually gasped with a bit of sriracha sauce on the top. And that actually was good. I only cracked one of the yolks, and I only cracked it because when I was laying the egg to get a nice little presentation, it cracked, and it was egg yolk everywhere. But yeah, they're the calories for the day. I always do this. I'm filming a full day of eating, and I forget to film the food. It's so bad. I need to actually set reminders on my phone to remind myself to fill in the full day of eating, but I promise you I did eat that. Just before I had a 0 calorie Coke, zero caffeine as well, just to make sure I'm staying accountable to the vlog. But yeah, this is the end of the day. So after every single meal, what I like to do is I'll go out for a quick little 10-20 minute walk, depending on how busy I am. If I've not got a lot on, nice 20 minutes, and depending on how many steps I've got to do, I'll do around 20 minutes. Just starts to aid in the digestion, gets your body moving, and kind of gives your body a kind of kickstart to go, yeah, it's time to start burning some calories and start burning through the food. It's like a signal. And also, it's an extra 2k steps in there, which is what we want. So we are currently sitting at around 12.2k steps for the day. I'll probably end up at around 14 for the entire day. But yeah, very, very, very good day. Very productive day. 2,700 calories. hitting in around maintenance, probably just below maintenance, probably with that, with all the activity. Decent day. I do need to get better at filming filming the actual meals, but it's a work in progress. Hope you guys actually enjoyed that video, and I will see you in the next one. And I'm actually gonna start doing a little bit more in terms of going out and about, as opposed to just showing you what I eat. I'm gonna start going around places. Drop in the comments if there's anything you'd like to see, any videos you'd see, any challenges you'd like to see. I'm more than happy to go through that. But yes, hope you guys have an absolute banger of a day, and I'll speak to you soon. Have a good one.